There comes a time when a dream is more than a dream. It becomes a bridge, it becomes a mission. It becomes a road where people from different lands can walk together. Croatian dream, good and peace. Kushin. Messenger 1965. Say yes for peace.
Say yes to peace.
Together we are strong. From the islands to the mountains, from the harbor to the land, from the stories of the fathers to the work of open hands. There is a dream in Croatia, there is a mission in the heart. There is a road called Good and Peace, where the broken can restart. It is not only about buildings, not only land beneath the sky. It is people coming closer, asking how and asking why. Why are we here together? What is the work we must begin? How can peace become a future when the world is breaking within? So we stand in the morning with a message clear and long.
Good and peace is the mission,
and together we are strong.
together we are strong, together we belong.
From Croatia to the world,
We keep the dream alive in song.
say yes for peace. Let the old war cease. Good and peace will light the way,
And every heart can find release. Messenger 1965, carry the message on.
with Kushin as the way of life.
Together we are strong.
There is power in connection. There is healing in the word. There is hope inside the silence when the truth is finally heard. Croatian dream is a bridge now.
Good and peace is the flame.
Kushin is the spirit.
Discipline inside the name.
The Grandmaster walks with purpose, not for glory, not for pride, but to teach the way of balance with the truth held deep inside. A way of life,
A path of truth.
from the old days to the new. Buddha for the heart and spirit.
Peace in everything we do.
So we rise above division
We refuse to stand alone.
when the mission calls the people.
Every land can be a home. Together we are strong.
Together,
Together we belong.
from Croatia to the world,
We keep the dream alive in song. Say yes for peace. Let the old war cease.
good and peace will light the way.
And every heart can find release. Messenger 1965, carry the message on.
With Kushin as the way of life.
Together we are strong.
Croatian dream is the bridge.
Good and peace is the mission.
Say yes for peace is the call.
Say yes to peace is the way.
Kushin is the way of life. The Grandmaster carries the discipline,
Messenger 1965.
carries the message. This is for the families. This is for the children. This is for the people who still believe that peace can be stronger than fear. Not one nation alone,
Not one people alone.
not one voice alone. Together,
Together we are strong.
from Saparua to Surabaya, from Rotterdam to Croatian land, from the stories of the ancestors to the future in our hands.
From the harbor to the mountains, from the dojo to the field.
We are building something deeper,
Then the world can break or steal.
not with hatred, not with anger, not with weapons, not with pain, but with words that carry meaning, like the sunlight after rain.
Good and peace
the valley,
through the storm,
with the dream inside Croatia,
and the mission being born. Together we are strong. Together we belong.
From Croatia to the world,
We keep the dream alive in song. Say yes for peace.
hey.
Let the old war cease.
Oh, good and peace will light the way.
And every heart can find release.
Messenger
1965, carry the message on.
with Zankyo cushion,
As the way of life,
together.
we are strong.
When you are young, you do not always understand how life really was. For the ones who came before you, you are discovering the world. Everything is new. Every step, every pain, every lesson is new information. But somewhere deep in the soul, there is information passed from child to child. Stories from the fathers,
Stories from the mothers,
stories from the grandparents.
stories from the ancestors.
And as a child, you do not always realize that the people who brought you into this world also had to learn. They did their best in the way they knew. They made choices inside their own process, inside their own time, inside their own pain. And sometimes later in life, you look back and say, I wish I could ask more.
I wish I knew the stories
They carried inside.